Are you even sure that it won't confirm? Okay, guys, so today we are going to discuss about God. Wow, what happened? 600. Okay. Okay, guys. So today we are going to talk about how to prompt ChatGPT. Actually, so this live is going to help you a lot to understand how to prompt AI. Okay, so you are very much welcome. Let's actually give a little people room to enter. Then you can start the live. So you're welcome. Very well. Thank you so much for joining me. So you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so we are going to wait a little bit. Let's wait for others a little bit, and we are going to be there. So in another few minutes, we are going to get started. Okay, so I think so. Today we are going to learn about how you can actually prompt AI and get your result, I just want us to come a little bit and we can get started. So it's gonna be a little bit fun and entertaining. So you don't want to miss that. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so today we are going to talk about how to prompt AI. Actually, basically, uh, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. So basically, what I'm going to talk about today is how to prompt AI. Uh, Most of the time, many of us don't actually know how to prompt AI, and you are actually always going to make error if you don't know how to prompt AI very well. So this section is for you. That's why I asked you to come to YouTube so that you can actually learn it perfectly well, and there will be no problem with it. Okay. All right. So I want us to give others 10 minutes. So it's already few minutes to get started. So we are going to start anyways. In another few minutes, we are going to get started. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Uh, okay. So we are going to get started in a moment. Okay. Uh, I'm going to share my screen today. Mm, I'm trying to see what's the best I can do so that it will work for us. Okay, I think we should get started right now. All right, guys. So today's class, we are going to talk about how you can prompt ChatGPT as a beginner and somebody that doesn't have a knowledge in ChatGPT. So this class is basically going to be for you. So now, before you get started, I need to actually enlighten you a little bit so that you know basically what we are talking about here. Now, the first thing you need to know about AI is good evening, welcome, sir. I think you've been here like every Sunday. Thank you so much for joining. I think I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, we are going to talk about AI today as a beginner. So I'm going to actually talk about AI like I'm going to teach it to you like I'm talking to a 5 years old guy. Okay, so basically, that's how I'm going to teach it to you today. Now, I want to start like this. I hope you will get it like this. So I want to start this way. Number one, you need to understand that AI is not to replace you. You are not here to use ChatGPT to replace yourself. And this is where most of people got it wrong. You are not here to actually use the tool to uh, replace yourself. Like you are using the tool now, and basically you want to use it to replace yourself, and you don't want to do any other thing. You come to ChatGPT, you just want it to do everything for you. No, ChatGPT or any other AI is not here to actually replace you. There is no way the AI will replace your human intelligence. Okay? Now, most people don't use the tool the best way it should be. Now, this section, I'm not going to come here to teach you how to prompt. I'm just going to give you the basic mindset to understand how to use the tool. And once you can understand how to use the tool, you can go ahead and use it as you like. You understand? Now, Basically, this time around, most people make the mistake thinking that ChatGPT is going to replace them. ChatGPT will replace them as a worker, as a anything what they are going to be. But basically, that is not it. The AI is not here to replace you. Rather, it's here to enhance you. You understand? Like, before I'm just giving you an introduction before I could start. Like, if I was about to write a story that will take me, let's say for instance, that's going to take me 3 hours to write. I actually know what I'm going to write. I actually know what I'm going to talk about. I actually know how to write it. But to write it effectively, I'm going to have some error in it. Maybe I use is instead of using was. But here is how the AI comes in, modify, change, and make you to do everything you want to do effectively. Now, this is where people got it all wrong, and I think it's where you should learn how to use it very well. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm trying to talk about. This tool is not here to replace it. This tool is not going to replace you. There's no way GPT is going to replace you. Never. It's not going to even replace you. Rather, it's going to enhance you. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. How do you use AI? How do you use AI? So you need to write it down. First, you need to understand. You need to understand that AI is a tool. Now, once you understand that AI is a tool, it will sort you all sort of problems. So it's going to save you the stress of trying to ask it to do like what you don't want to do. So it's a tool. So as a tool or as a machine, what do? You make use of it. Now, the best part of this tool is it's an intelligent tool. Like for instance, 100% of the whole knowledge in the world comes from information. Let me just use an example. Most of the knowledge in the world is banked. You understand? Let's say you are going to the university, you are going to read a book, course outline that has been written since 30 years ago. So it is documented, right? So you are going to, even if you are studying medicine, your course, your year one course, your anything you are studying, your 101 courses are documented. So what the professor does is just come in and they give you the outline. So they are going to give the first person that comes in until 2030, 2040. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is the information of the world is documented. I want you to get this fact. This is fact number one. So it's basically documented, the university, everything. So that means this tool tap into the bank of information to give you whatever you ask it to bring. I just want to put that in place. That means instead of you, something that you can do a research in 10 minutes to get the answer, instead of you to start consulting books upon books, the one you read in 1960, 1700, this tool is here to enhance you. So you can go there and get the information almost for free. So that is one. I want to put that in place. Number two is you see the AI as an assistant. This is the most important mindset shift you should have. The moment you start seeing the tool as an assistant, you've already won, right? You've already won 99% of the time. Let's just say ChatGPT is your personal assistant. Let me just say ChatGPT is my personal assistant. Like you can go to your AI, any AI tool you are using, prompting it and say, okay, you are going to act as my personal assistant in so and so field. I'm just coming now. So as your personal assistant, assuming you hire somebody, like I have a personal assistant, I hired her and I'm going to give her a task, right? So you see it as this tool is performing a task for me. You understand? So now I hired a personal assistant to help me organize my WhatsApp, reply automated messages. You understand? So I'm the one to instruct the person and say, hey, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. So Rule number one is you have to see the tool as a personal assistant, something that is trying to enhance your life. You can't do it on your own. So now that it is your personal assistant, this is when you should learn how to use it properly. That is where people mistake it. They come to ChatGPT, they search, let me say, 10 things that happen. No. You are using the tool as your assistant. You are using the tool as your assistant. So you ask it question based on your assistant. So it is performing a task for you. Once you get this point now, you can fly. So the AI is performing a task for you. Do you get? So it's performing a task for you. You are not doing rocket science. So you are using it to perform a task. So how does it perform a task for you? You give it instruction. You give it instruction. Now, you can learn prompt engineering. You can learn how to prompt effectively. But if you don't have this mindset, primary mindset of how to use this tool, you're going to make a mistake. So you ask it to perform a task for you, and you give it instruction. As simple as that. Now, this is how you can give it instruction. Maybe, okay, let's use content creation as an example. I want to use ChatGPT to write something now. So I'm not going to go to ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, write me a post on personal development. Of course, it's going to write me a post on personal development, but that is generic. Like, it has written it to 1 million people. Do you understand? So that is where people mistake it. That is where, when you see, like when I see what somebody wrote with what ChatGPT wrote, not what somebody instructed ChatGPT to write. That's two different things. What you generate from ChatGPT is always different from what you instruct ChatGPT or any AI tool to give you. That is the difference of somebody that use ChatGPT smartly. I use the tool, okay? So now you're going to give it a exact prompt, instruction of what it's going to do, not generic personal development. Instead, you can say, okay, hi chat, today I want to talk about personal development. I'm just giving you a simple prompt. You don't have to be a prompt engineer. If you are prompting like this as a 2 years old, it's going to give you a good output. So you don't have to be a prompt engineer. You can go to the tool for the fact that you've known that, hey, this is my personal assistant. So what do I have to do? I want to write about personal development, right? So I can give the tool, go ahead out and say, hi chat, you are acting as what? As a personal development coach. That is, you've given it who to act as. Now he's brazen up. The tool is brazen up. Okay, now it is a personal development coach. You understand? Write me 10 tips, 10 tips, 10 tips, 20 tips, 5 tips, whatever tips you want to help someone that is in need of so and so you want to add, maybe someone that is in need of financial help to come, you understand, to come out of it. Now you've given the ChatGPT a basic instruction and he knows that that person is coming from financial help. Okay, so that's an example of a good prompt. Now you prompt it. When you prompt it, the first answer is not always good. The first answer is not, I will always tell you, the first answer is not always good. It's always generic, especially this new updated chart is going to give you a generic answer. Now remember, this thing is a tool. You use the tool. Now it's giving you the answer, the first answer. You are going to take a look at it. I take a look at it and see, okay, this answer you have given me now, I actually don't really like it. Okay, always your job is to make it better and better until it becomes the best for you. Okay, so you can now say, okay chat, this number 5 is not good. I think we should change it a little bit. Can you tweak it to something I would like? Okay, can you tweak it to something I could like? So now this is your tool. You are using it to enhance yourself. So You want to make the post, you copy it out, you place it somewhere, and you enhance it. You have to add your human input. So you enhance it. Okay, I don't want this. This is generic. You edit and write it, enhance it very well. Let me give you an example. Majority of the time, when I use AI, ChatGPT or any other AI to write, majority of the time, what I'm using it to write is grammatical error correction. So I'm sorry. So most of the time, I'm using it grammatically. Let me just say, what it wrote here is not nice. What it wrote here is not good. Let me change it. Most of the time, I use it for my grammatical correction. You understand? So I can actually, okay, I want to write a post. I'm just writing ASAP. I want to write it and post it immediately. And maybe I can do some error. Instead of putting is, I put that. But ChatGPT is not going to, any AI tool is not going to do that. So it's going to give you the correct pronunciation and the correct spelling. And this is one of the essence of the AI. Now, one thing I want you to pick up, one thing I want you to understand here is you are using this thing as a tool to enhance your knowledge. You are not using it as, you are using it as the AI take care of me. Do you understand? We are going to take a look at how you can use ChatGPT into your business, whatever you are doing, subsequently in this class today. So we are going to take a look at it now. Since you have understood this instruction now, so let's go over to the main thing I want to talk about today. Now, let's define the terms of the GPT. Number one, for you to effectively use the AI, you must understand some simple things, some simple tips. So the first one is prompt. The first one is prompt. Okay, so if you are writing, you can write it down. So the first one is prompt. Okay, now what is a prompt? That is the first thing you need to understand. So now what is a prompt? Okay, I wrote here that a prompt is simply the instruction you give AI. As simple as that. A prompt is an instruction you give AI. That is a prompt. So, like I said, like I introduced already, that you give it instruction, right? So a prompt is the instruction you give AI. All right. Now, the instruction you give AI to give you an outcome, that is a prompt. You understand? So when you are doing your computer, you learn input and output and what have you, right? So that is basically what a prompt is all about. So the instruction you give a prompt, all right? Now, 4 key elements of a good prompt. 4 key elements of a good prompt. If you want to prompt the AI to give it an instruction, remember when we started the class, I told you that almost the information of the world is documented. Like everything you are talking about right now in the, there's no knowledge you for the fact that is a knowledge on earth that is not documented. So GPT can actually tap it. It can tap it. It can search it. It can give you to you. So if you're actually living in the 21st century and you are banking on your information on your head, like you are cramming what is, you are just wasting time, because your kids, maybe in 2035, 40, your kids are not even going to learn how to cram things. Your kids, your children are not going to even cram things again. You understand? Like you are writing an exam, they are asking you vague questions. AI can do that. So AI is actually going to replace human intelligence in a normal natural level. So in a normal natural level, it's going to replace it like completely. Okay, so you need to actually understand how to give a good prompt. Number one, how do you give a good prompt? Number one, as said before, you have to be clear and specific. That is the first one. You have to be clear and specific. You understand? If you are talking to a human being and you give them an instruction that you are not clear and specific, they are going to misbehave, right? Like you are telling somebody, give me a cup there. A human being has eye, is going to see that is a cup there, but AI don't have eye. So you have to tell the AI, give me a cup that is on top of the fridge, the white fridge, not the black fridge. The fridge that is bigger, not the one that is smaller. The fridge is at left, you go right. You understand? So you are giving it specific instruction. specific instruction, it will give you specific answer. If you give it vague instruction, it's going to give you vague answer. So you give it specific instruction. You understand? Like, you cannot say write about a business. AI is going to write business, so it's going to be joking with you. But if you say something like, okay, write 50 words, okay, write 50-word blog post about so and so, maybe 3 small mistakes business owners make. You have given it direction, you have given it specification, you have given it everything it needs. So be clear and specific. Spell it out. Spell it out. If you want to say, give me water to a human being, you understand. But if it is AI that is not understanding, you are going to say, give me a water that is inside the left room, right room, that is on top of. Be specific, be so detailed to the point, and you're going to get the best result. Okay, so number 2 way to get a best result using your with prompt is give it context. Give it context. Context is what it should do. Okay, what is the AI doing? Very important. You have to give it context. What is this guy going to do for me? What is this guy going to do for me? Give it that context. Okay, tell it what it should do. All right, that's why when I started, I told you have to give it context. What is he acting as? You understand? It must act as something, as somebody. You understand? So it must act as something or somebody. So important. Act as a financial expert. That's the context. Act as a social media manager. That's the don't write your prompt without giving it a context. Okay? Act as any whatever you want to be. You can even ask it to act as a president of a nation. Give me a prompt on how to write a speech about. It's going to give you that specification. So I will encourage you that majority of the time you have to start your prompt by asking the GPT to act as somebody. Trust me, if you can do this, if you can actually do this, you are going to get a better result. If I want to prompt my AI now, let me give you as an example. If I want to prompt my AI right now, I'm going to tell it to act as who I am. You understand? Who I am, what I do on social media. So once I tell the GPT, hey, act as so and so person, guess what is going to happen? It's going to give me what I want with specification, and I'm going to post it, and you will enjoy it. I'm prompting it like me, so it's talking like me. So you have to give it what? A context. You have to act as something. Although GPT assume if you say give me 20 blog posts about so and so it's going to give you call the internet and give you something that have to relate to that. Get what I'm saying? But if you ask it to act as a Nigerian blogger, I'm giving you an example. A Nigerian blogger, he knows how Nigerians blog. Nigerians talk about maybe 3 things: entertainment, scholarship, and gossip, something related. You understand? You cannot tell it to write me a blog post that resonates to Nigerians. You are giving it clear, concise, better prompt. So this is one of the first things you should learn, how to start your prompt with act. So it's acting as somebody. Like your PA, you hired a personal assistant, is acting as your personal assistant in what aspect? You hired a virtual assistant, is acting as a virtual assistant in what aspect? Okay, so that is 2. Now, number 3 is the structure, the output. Okay, the output. How do you want it to respond? How do you want the output to look like? Let me give you an example. If I'm writing a post now, I'm writing a thread right now. The thread is on social media, on Facebook. Like, I've already asked it to act like me, my social media manager, and blah blah blah. Okay, so now I'm going to tell it how I want it to be rendered. I like my post to have thread. I want to put it on the comment section, right? So I'm going to tell it. You understand? So I'm going to tell it the structure of the output, how it's going to be. Okay, hi chat, act as a social media manager. You already know about me, I list who I am. I'm going to come to that. So now you now ask it, write this post, but you're not putting it in a structure that it is going to render for you. It's going to be like a Twitter thread. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be like a Twitter thread. Once you said that, give it a point, give it a number, give it a point of action. Guess what it's going to do? It's going to give you specifically what you need. Now, finally, the last one is refine the prompt. Refine the prompt. Refine the prompt. I said it's countless of times. So when you start writing the first one, once you write the first one, it's not always good. So it's going to give you, so you always tell it, refine. Hi chat, okay, refine it. Okay, so refine it. Now, one of the things I want to tell you now is the best way you give the prompt, the best way you prompt it in such a way that it's going to give you a better result. One of the best way you can do that, actually now, one of the best way is you always give it a backstory. Always give it a backstory. Always give it a backstory. Always never forget what I just told you. Now it can save you a lot. Now, let me give you an example. For an instance. Now, I want to prompt my AI to give me something. I'm going to give it a backstory, especially when I want to write a story, something that is concise, something that is so nice and beautiful. I'm going to give it a backstory. Always never forget that. So, for example, I want to write a story about a text story about, let me say, Elon Musk, on how he actually started Tesla. Example. So I'm going to give it a backstory. I can't just come and say, act as something. It's going to give me generic. If you read it, like if you are reading my text story, you can see how organized it is. So now I have finished doing my research. I've gotten the year Elon Musk started. I've gotten most of the things I need. I bring it. So I'm going to give it a backstory. So I can start like hi chat, like I'm having a conversation. Okay, so hi, you can say hi, fine, great. So I can say, okay, so I want to write about Elon Musk and how he started Tesla. Trust me. Now he's gonna respond, oh, that is nice, that is beautiful. So how do you want me to help you? Get what I'm saying? Now I'm giving it backstory. I can prompt it again and say, can you tell me when Elon Musk started Tesla? Like crazy, like mad. It's gonna, of course, it's gonna give me October, blah 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 blah, 2005. That information is there. Okay. So now I'm giving it I'm giving it a backstory. Okay. So I will not say, okay, so I want to write this story in such a way that it will resonate to people. I haven't prompted it to give me output. I'm just trying to give it, build that relationship, because the ChatGPT keeps memory. It actually does, but the pro version will give you the memory unlimited. But the basic version is gonna sometimes it will stop, but it keeps memory. So now I'm building that relationship, like I'm talking to somebody. I want you to understand this. I'm telling you, you have to try it out on your own after this section. So I'm building that relationship. Okay, so we are talking, me and the AI is talking about Elon Musk. Trust me. So I will impute those things on it. So I will tell him, okay, that's fine. Oh, 2008, he started Tesla. Okay, that was good. Do you think he encountered any problem when he was launching AI? Just. So now I have had that conversation to the point that I have actually picked up my entire text story I want to write about with it. This is actually one of my secrets, and it's very funny. Okay, now after I built that backstory to the end, we have already had that conversation. Trust me. Now I can instruct it. Now act as me. You are writing a text story. Write me a compelling text story about Elon Musk, how he started Tesla, the problem he has when he stopped, the breakthrough. If you read my book, you already understand how stories are written, the three ways to enhance a story: the hook, the body, and the point of action. So I'm giving it that instruction. Give me the hook, from the hook to the body to the point of action, based on the conversation we've had. I ask it to generate. Guess what it's going to give me? It's going to give me a perfect rendition of how the story, the saga, the coerce, the breakthrough, and the point of action of that story come about. Do you understand? Now, basically, I'm just using my brain to actually give it the best output. Now, you're going to get a better result if you prompt the ChatGPT like this than when you go and give it a generic prompt and say, hey, start something, do me something like this. Now, I build what I call it backstory. I've built the relationship with AI better. Like, let me give you an example. If I actually write a story, I think you follow me, so you are going to watch my next story. So if I actually write a story, now, if I actually going to write a story, you are going to see how it is. The story comes from me, but majority of the time, it is enhanced. The story is enhanced. It is top notch because I prompt it in such a way that it's going to be so beautiful, so nice. I built that relationship. Like, let me give you a secret here now. And thank God we are just few. So my ChatGPT have a prompt, like a chat. That chat is dedicated to my text story. Do you understand? My ChatGPT Pro, it has a prompt that dedicated to my text story, like my text story dedicated to it. He knows that my text story has hook, body, and point of action. It knows. Do you understand? So the structure is there. The relationship has been built. Okay. Now, when I prompt it, it will give me the better result. Okay. So now what I'm saying in this section is build relationship with the chat. Build relationship with the chat before you can even ask it to give you a better output. All right, so now we have few minutes to go. Now, the next thing we're going to take a look at is advanced prompting tips. So I'm going to give you some advanced prompting tips. Now, number one is role prompting. That's what we call role prompting. Role prompting is different from acting as, but now he's acting as a human being. It's called role prompting. Okay, so get it. Number one is role prompting. You can ask it to act as. You're not going to say act as. You cannot say you are a CEO of Dash. Let me say you are a CEO of a team, a startup that is building from scratch. You are a CEO of a startup that's starting from Dash. You understand? Now, give me. So that is role prompting. Once you say you are a CEO of a startup in 2025, you understand? The AI already know, first of all, you already know that right now I'm going to search the web and find out the structure and how a CEO in 2025 should act. So it is called role prompting. Okay, now you can give it chain of thought. That's what we call chain of thought. That is number two advanced prompting. Chain of thought. Now you can say, give me step-by-step guide on how to start using ChatGPT. You can do that. So it's going to give you that step-by-step guide. Okay. Now, number two is you have to ask it to give you stages of how things work. Stages of how things work. Let me take, for example, let me give you an example now. I want to learn prompt engineering, right? So I come to AI and tell it, hi chat. I always use this. What do you think about what? See, I always have this conversation. Like, I have my conversation. That's why I get my better result. Even if I write something now after this session on my wall, you will read it like a human being. But if you prompt your own, it's going to give you something generic. People will find out easily that you write with AI, right? Now, I can say, what do you think about learning AI prompting in 2025? You will just give you generic, oh, if I blah 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 blah, it's gonna give you. So I can go ahead and say, okay, now I want to learn role prompting. It's gonna say you. I want to learn prompt engineer. It's gonna say, wow, that's perfect. Do you want me to help you? No, don't even go there. Okay, so now I can ask it, if I finish learning, can I get a job? It's going to give you, oh, you can let. So I'm trying to build that relationship. So after I might have tell it everything I want to achieve, I can now say, okay, now act as a prompt engineer. Give me a step-by-step classes, lesson, step on how to prompt ChatGPT from from a beginner to an expert. Now, bear in mind that I'm going to use this my skill to get a job somewhere. Do you understand what I'm trying? So now I have built that relationship to the point that is going to give me the best prompting ever. Okay, now that is it. What I want to teach you in essence today, basically what I want to teach you today in essence is how to prompt the AI, have the mindset, know what the AI is all about, how to do it effectively, and start using it properly. Once you get everything I've said here now, you can go to your ChatGPT and open it and ask it to do anything for you. All right, guys, I think we are supposed to do 30 minutes live and we have already done enough, 40 minutes. So I'm going to let's come to the group. We're going to go to the group so you can ask your question. But if you ask a question in the comment section, I'm going to reply you subsequently. Okay, guys, so now recap of everything we have done today. Recap is, number one, you need to know that ChatGPT AI is a tool. You use it to enhance your brain. You don't use it like you remove your brain. If you are a graphic designer, you are using it to enhance your graphic capability. I have most of my guys that is into tech, they use AI to multiply themselves. If I can write 3 posts with my head, but I have 50 ideas, I use AI to multiply the 50 ideas and write 10 posts per day. So you are using it to enhance yourself. That is first, number one. Number two things you learn today is this thing is like an assistant to you. It doesn't replace you. It's your assistant. So you are seeing it as an assistant. Like you hire the personal assistant. So for the fact that it's an assistant, you give it instruction. Understand? So the next thing is a prompt. The instruction you give AI to give you a result. That's what a prompt is. A prompt, the instruction you give AI to give you a result. Okay, now I said for you to prompt effectively, you have to know how to prompt it in a better way. So I give you key 4 elements of a prompt. Number one is you have to be clear. You have to be clear. You have to be clear. If I want to say, I can't just say give me a cup. If I tell a human being give me a cup, the human being is going to give me a cup because he has eye. You can see where the cup is. If I'm telling AI to give me a cup, I'm not going to say AI give me a cup because AI doesn't have eye. It works with, it's a language model. So I'm going to tell AI, give me a cup that's on top of the fridge. Which fridge? There are 1 million fridge here. The blue fridge that is taller than the others. I'm just giving you an example. So you have to be detailed to the point. You get the result. That's why I was teaching you how to give a backstory. So giving the AI a backstory will help you to be more detailed. So like you're having a conversation with it, then you can throw your question and it's going to answer it. So, and I say you should give it context. Give it context. Who should it be? Who should it be? Don't forget this context. Who should the AI act as? A social media manager, a financial coach, a head tip, anybody that you want it to be like. This give him that room to search. You can even tell it to act like a Gen Z. You can even tell it to act like a Gen Z. So it will know how the Gen Z behave. Of course, a language structure. It read how people complain. So you already know. Now, you give it that structure. Okay, now I said you have to refine the prompt. Number one is the first answer is not always the best. The first answer is not always the best. Keep on refining till you get what you want. Remember, the output that is generating for you must be something that is here. You want it to go with. So you are not giving the AI prompt to generate you something that you can't even defend. Most of the time, let me give you an example before I go now. Most of the time, my tech stories is a book that I've written. I've already read a YouTube video I've watched. Most of my tech story YouTube video I've watched about the life of so and so person. So I'm not going to build that prompt to be able to write it. If I start writing it in 1976, Steve Jobs was, I'm going to write it like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. But if I just come to ChatGPT and open my voice note and start telling it the story, it will help me and organize it. Okay, so guys, that's all about today. Next week, by this time next week, like I've told you, this is consistently forever. We are going to be talking every Sunday on YouTube. That is how it's going to be. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoy it. If you have any question, you already know where to catch me. Just catch me there and ask me question. Thank you so much for joining me.